It is that time of year again. Millions of men around the world prepare to embark on a 30-day journey of total abstinence. But the question remains, is this challenge actually good for you? While the internet is full of claims about newfound superpowers and massive biological shifts, the clinical science is very clear about what happens when you stop ejaculating. I am Dr. Ava. Today we are going to strip away the myths and break down exactly what increases, what decreases, and the one thing your body does automatically that makes the entire challenge redundant. To understand the impact, we first have to define what we are talking about. This practice is often called semen retention. It is the act of avoiding ejaculation in any form, including sex or any self-directed release. This particular 30-day phenomenon started as a simple post on a social forum back in 2011. It has since exploded into a viral global trend. My goal here is not to tell you whether to participate or not. If you find that this challenge helps you psychologically or gives you a sense of discipline, that is a personal win. However, I am here to address the scientific misconceptions. People claim that this practice creates a massive surge in testosterone. They claim it skyrockets fertility. They claim it results in incredible physical benefits. The real question is whether the data actually backs this up. The truth about testosterone spikes. Let us start with the most common claim, testosterone. If you look at the actual scientific literature, there are only a handful of small studies that have tracked hormone levels during periods of abstinence. One study followed 10 men, another followed 29. The first study did show a testosterone increase after 3 weeks, but there was a significant catch. These were young, healthy men who knew exactly when the study would end. They were essentially waiting for a sexual reward. This is an anticipatory cue. Your brain expects a reward and spikes your hormones to prepare you to pursue it. The second study found that while testosterone levels did rise around day 7, they dropped back down to baseline almost immediately afterward. Even if there is a tiny fluctuation, it is extremely short-lived. It is likely driven by the anticipation of the release rather than the act of retention itself. Your body has a very tight regulatory system for hormones. Simply holding on to semen does not override your natural biological set point for testosterone. Why your fertility might actually decline. This is the part that surprises most people. If your goal is to optimize your reproductive health, total abstinence for 30 days is actually counterproductive. Science shows that semen quality begins to decline if you abstain for more than 5 to 7 days. When sperm sit in the body for too long, we see an increase in DNA fragmentation. This means the genetic blueprint of the sperm starts to break down. We also see worse morphology. This refers to the shape of the sperm. We also see reduced motility. This is their ability to swim. If you are trying to conceive, prolonged abstinence actually works against your goals. Freshness matters in biology. A constant cycle of production and release is what keeps the system healthy. Before we continue, if you have found this breakdown of No Nut November and semen retention helpful so far, consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and sharing it with someone who may benefit from understanding the real science behind this challenge. I encourage you to stay focused and watch the rest of this breakdown. Understanding the mechanics of your body is the only way to ensure your efforts are actually moving you toward the health and vitality you deserve. If you are serious about a transformation, stay with me until the final point, the reality of semen volume and reabsorption. There is one claim that is actually supported by evidence. Staying away from ejaculation does increase semen volume. Multiple systematic reviews, which are large-scale analyses of many different studies, confirm that longer periods of abstinence lead to a larger amount of fluid during the eventual release. However, there is a detail that almost everyone misses. Volume increases by about 12% per day for the first 4 days. After that, the rate of change slows down dramatically. There are 2 biological reasons for this plateau. First, your body is a master of efficiency. It starts reabsorbing the semen that is not being used. It does not just keep building up indefinitely like a pressurized tank. Second, the longer you go without a release, the more likely you are to experience a nocturnal emission. This is also known as a wet dream. This is your body's automatic reset button. It is a normal physiological response that is completely out of your control. The myth of failure and the reset button. This is where I see a lot of unnecessary stress. Some men feel like they have failed the challenge if they have a nocturnal emission. They feel a sense of guilt. They are told by online communities that they have lost their progress. I want to be very clear. You have zero control over these automatic responses. It is a healthy sign that your body is functioning exactly as it should. If it happens, it is not a failure. It is just biology. You clean up and move on without any shame. If you are genuinely trying to maximize your volume or your sperm health, the scientific sweet spot is about 4 to 5 days. Beyond that, you are either just reabsorbing the fluid or waiting for your body to reset itself automatically. For those who are currently trying to start a family, the recommendation is typically to have sex every other day during the fertile window. This optimizes both the quantity and the quality of the semen. Final verdict on the 30-day challenge. The takeaway here is that while semen retention is surrounded by myths of magical superpowers, the reality is much more grounded. You might see a slight increase in volume, but your body has natural limits that it will not exceed. Retaining semen is not going to fundamentally change your DNA. It will not give you abilities that science cannot explain. Whether you choose to participate for the sense of community or the personal challenge, you now have the facts about what is actually happening inside your system. If you want to continue separating health facts from internet fiction, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I am Dr. Ava. I am here to provide the answers to the questions that often go unaddressed. Take care of yourself, because your health is your greatest asset. I will see you in the next video.